So this is a direct form realization of a FIR system. Okay, so in that, in case of the FIR system, there are no poles because of we don't have any kind of the denominator in case of the FIR system. That's why generally in the characteristic equation or maybe a transfer function equation, the poles are existing in the denominator. But if you go for the FIR system case, we don't have any kind of the denominator. So that's why FIR system does not having any poles. So that is one important point. Moreover, the direct form has only one structure, which is called as a direct form realization. So it realizes the difference equation or maybe system function directly with the help of a maybe delays, multipliers like that. So let us consider the structure for the realization of a FIR system. So this is a generalized equation for FIR system, that is nothing but y of z is equal to k goes from 0 to n minus 1 dk into z power minus k into x of z actually. So from this equation, I can represent the above equation by substituting k values from 0 to n minus 1. I can get the equation like this actually. Y of z is equal to b naught into x of z plus b1 into z power minus 1 into x of z, b2 up to bn minus 1 into z power n minus 1 into x of z. So this is the equation after expanding the above equation. Now, so with the help of the expansion equation, I can construct the one block diagram. So that is generally called as the FIR system. So that is generally called as a FIR system.
Screen visibility lo లేదు sir.
Wait a minute, ma. Can you check it once, ma?
Okay sir.
Okay, sir.
Fine, ma. So this is the equation. So this is the equation. With the help of this equation, I can reconstruct the circuit diagram based on the corresponding transfer function actually. So let us consider this is a expansion equation. Y of z is equal to some b naught into x1, x of z, b1 into up to the last value b n minus 1 into z power minus n minus 1 into x of z actually. Now let us consider in this equation what is the output value. Generally we know that y of z is the output actually, right? X of z is generally called as the input variable, right? Now up to now it is clear.
Yes, sir.
Fine, ma. So thank you, madam. Now, like y of z is equal to what is the value here? Y of z is equal to, this is the output equation. Suppose if you want to get the y of z value, obviously we have to add the first term like b naught into x1 of z, b1 into z inverse of x of z, b2 into z up to the last value. We have to add all those values. Then only we can get the resultant value. That resultant value is obviously equal to the y of z. So that is a basic sense by observing the corresponding equation. Now here the first term is nothing but x of z into b1. b1 is nothing but a coefficient value actually. So let us consider here x of z is the input. Directly we can apply the x of z input. Now this input is multiplied with the here b naught value. So for that purpose, the same x of z can be passed like this. Here I have to use one multiplier with a multiplication coefficient is nothing but b naught. Why? Because I will take b naught. So the first term is multiplied with only b naught coefficient only. So for that purpose, I can take the b naught coefficient. Now this x of z is passing through in this direction. Obviously b naught into x of z, that is the output after the multiplier. So this is again added to the one adder. It is clear first step now? First one value is successfully I can get the first value. So second value, what is the second value here? b1 into z inverse of x of z actually, right? So
Yes, sir.
so for that purpose, I can this x of z input is I will passing through one delay element actually. So this is a delay element. So this delay element introduces the with the delay of 1 unit. So that's why I can get the output as z power minus 1 into x of z. So this is a resultant value after the delay only. So if you observe the second term also, I have a one more coefficient that is nothing but a b1. So here b1 is a coefficient value. So for that purpose, whatever the output after getting the delay unit, that is again passing through the one multiplier with a coefficient of b1 like this. Okay, so this resultant value is multiplied with the b1 value, that whatever the resultant value we are obtaining after the multiplier, that is again added to this adder. The same scenario is repeated for each and every interval. For z power minus 2 means that this is the input for this delay unit. We can get z power minus 2 into x of z, z power minus 3 into x of z up to the last unit. So here z power minus into z power n minus 1 into x of z. So we can add all those elements to the corresponding adders. Finally, we can get a y of z value. So this is generally called as a direct form structure because of we don't have any changes in the transfer equation. We don't have any changes in the output equation. So that's why we can call it as a direct form. Without any alteration or without comprising any terms, we can directly whatever the equation present in the corresponding system equation, with the help of the system equation only, we can blindly realize the corresponding system equation. That's why it is called as a direct form realization. Is it clear, ma?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So next thing, the direct form realization of the above figure is also called as a transversal. Okay, it is also called as a transversal. Wait a moment. So the direct form realization of the above figure is also called as a transversal or tapped delay filter because the output is just a tapping delayed inputs, right, ma'am? So each and every time tapping is nothing but just we are taking the output only. So this is a sequence of inputs are passing, just we have to tap the corresponding input and it is again added to the one adder. So that's why it is called as a transversal or tapped delay filter because the output is just a tapping delayed inputs. So this structure is also called as a canonical structure because of the number of delay elements used and order of the filter is also same. So this definition is already discussed in the starting of the unit also, right? What is meant by canonical structure and what is meant by non-canonical structure?
Yes, sir.
It is already discussed in the first unit of first topic of this unit, right?
Yes, sir.
So canonical means that the number of delay elements is exactly equal to the order of the system. Then the system is generally called as a canonical structure or canonical system. So with this, we can conclude our topic. That is nothing but a direct form realization of the FIR system. This is a very, very important topic for the further analysis. So is it clear, ma? If you have any doubts, please make sure that if you have any doubts, always welcome, no issues at all. Everyone, is it clear to everyone, ma?
Yes, sir.
So just we don't have any kind of the complexity also here. Just we are taking the output value y of z. Just we have to take the input value some x of z. Whatever the coefficient we have, that coefficient is provided at the multiplier session. Just to multiply the input with the corresponding coefficient, we can get the output. That values are added to the some preceding adders. We can get the totally finally we can get the y of z value. So this is just we can call this a direct form realization. I hope everything is clear. I hope.